Hello and welcome back to the Wall Splat Weekly Report, your source for information for the Tekken North America news. I am brought here with some very special guests. You know, it's always the homies Foximus Prime with you, but we have the baddie himself, Trojan. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing bad. How about y'all?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty
Always
bad
a bad
myself.
time with the baddie around.
Yeah, you already know that. We had some pretty dope ass times, some badass Tekken out here this week. Starting off with Tampa Never Sleeps. Whoopsie, that's the wrong clip. Starting off with Tampa Never Sleeps, won yet again by Joe Crush. He has won the last four of the last five Tampa Never Sleeps, which puts him at 1/3 of all TNS Tekken 8 wins. It is crazy that he's been able to achieve that.
Goodness gracious, we love that muscle armor there from Jack. It just keeps on going.
Yeah, the way he uses the Gamma Howl is freaking crazy. Like, we talk about how this character is somehow low tier, question mark?
Oh yeah, that's a question for real, because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Joe, I say it every week, bro. Just he built different, right? At this point, he's like the, I don't even know what, like, you know, sports player to compare him to. He like Braun out here, just taking every single W every single week.
It's like that, really. Like, Avery actually took it over him in winners finals and was like parrying all the 1-1s and parrying crazy stuff, but not before Joe got a literal double perfect back-to-back to be able to start swinging the momentum back in his favor in game 3 of winners finals. It was crazy mess. I had to let y'all know about that one. Of course, the C planner tech, you know that was going to come into play.
Oh my goodness, and he follows up with a down 1+2 there. So pushback, Avier goes for the punish there, and then Joe ready for it, gets the punish to the wall. Is insane character knowledge there.
Yeah, I feel like Jack players know, you know what I mean? And Avery, he's not locked into Tekken 7 anymore. Back in Tekken 7, Avery would have hit that electric day 1 immediately, but he was just not ready for it.
Yeah, Avery's still cooking though. Can't discredit him. He's right now, he got the grand finals reset against Joe. And also talking about Joe getting these W's off of loser's side, but then we switch over to Kingreyjr Jr. winning Breakout Esports, winning Bring the Heat, winning Paragon Online. No frames getting, didn't even enter Tampa Never Sleeps this week. And just the sheer amount of comeback, right, that I was watching from Kingreyjr these few weeks. Mind you, the amount of people, so in this set, he comes back on Shadow, 2-0s him, 2-0s his next opponent, right? Doesn't even let Joe take a game on him, doesn't even let Joe reset on him. Dude was just, he was on fire. That's that new controller buff, man, I'm telling you.
Oh, he got a new controller? Is that the word out on the streets out there?
He got a new controller just to replace his old PS4 controller. But he's just on a new PS4 controller.
Wow, he's still sticking with the PS4 though. That's saying something, because people have been talking about how the PS4 controller is just the peak controller to play Tekken on, I guess. But honestly, I believe in any of the stock controllers. Like, I like the PS5 controller, is not bad. The D-pad wears out just the same, but you know, if it works, if you work it.
Well, we already know that Trojan knows how to work it. You already know about that. Kingreyjr really was doing a lot of those big comebacks, just like we were talking about earlier. We saw another one of those right there. And Shadow goes with these crazy character picks in Breakout Series. He goes into freaking Reina versus RV Chris, and then chooses to run the long set with Lee versus Kingreyjr Jr. And it doesn't come out on top in this grand finals, but like, Trojan, what do you think the Lee pick is about here?
It could be anything. Like, he has really good momentum off of different, like, wall standing punishes, whether it's like the quick look at that there with the back 3-3 into the plus frames. Kingreyjr right there for the down 4-4, but I definitely feel like Lee's a very strong character. If you get an opening, you can like run with it and you have like the matchup experience. So it could be any number of things. And I believe Shadow could have clutched it out. That timeout there we saw was pretty sick, honestly. So, hey, gotta believe in the character pick. If you get the call, answer it.
Yeah, that's Shadow time at all times. You already know about that. I really feel like Shadow is the Mokujin of our era. He's 100% the knee of America. Fight me on that if you don't believe me. Tone was destroying, speaking of Brian players, destroying his locals, made top 8 TNS and won 2 different locals. We're specifically talking local legends here. Excuse the video quality on this one. The H-Town Crackdown scene was definitely bare bones, but we like that out in the grassroots community out here. Here's Jumanji versus Joe Crush. And Joe, he really took it to him in this set, even though he had to deal with this crazy Yoshimitsu Oki. Let me just show it to you right here. He goes jab, down back 3-3-4 into the Kincho spin, and then if you tech roll, you get hit by an unblockable, and if you stay down, you get hit by pretty much anything else. So pretty crazy Oki that the Yoshi players have been looking at recently. And then Joe Crush using those crazy reads, dashing up and getting the forecast down forward 4 block here. He's just so wild with it. I don't know how he does it.
And look at the awareness there with the sidewall. He went for the armor move, and because the sidewall was to his right, he got the sidewall combo to finish it with the perfect.
We like that.
Ooh. Moving on over. This is North Carolina, right?
That's correct. Yep, the Iron Fist Monthly. We actually saw Victimo and our homie Roman Jelly go out there this week to be able to do a little bit of documentary on it, and what a scene it was. Mr. Joel getting this crazy perfect, and game 1 was really his to start off with.
Can't count cuz JJ Breeze from Atlanta with the law, but Heihachi is so good. So it's, look at that right there, that parry that he has, that heat is so nice to see. Reina has it too, but you know, doesn't stop the homie from cooking there. He gets the 1+2 nunchuck to catch the float off the 4-slide-3 and just
the demon
love to see it.
Yeah, and then our boy Luke Sidewalker, we already know him for that. It's exactly what his online name has been for a long time, and for a good reason. He's just absolutely smoking Mr. Joel. After, you know, the Coliseum really humbled him a little bit, but the Atlanta ATLian invasion was very real, and he did stop North Carolina from defending their title. I don't think Hendo was out there. Ace Unlimited was, but that was a crazy set of locals that we got to see this week. Let's run back one more time. Our 64+ entrants were Joe Crush winning TNS, Paragon, and Breakout Series won by Kingreyjr Jr. And then a little bit further back, we had Balance Patch up in Boston. South Bay Masters won by, Tone, who also won SoCal Coliseum. We had FGC Meetup as well out there, right, Medina?
Yes, sir. The mayor once again taking that, man. But we had some solid matches up there. You know, my guy T-Var, local guy, local Alpha Center player, learning from Kaiser, making top 8 over there, surprising a lot of people. Cyrax Slayer was cooking. The homie Elbow was cooking. You know, we were talking about Elbow last week. So FGC Meetups was a good time, and I'm gonna make some time to go back up there. I haven't been up there in a while. Shout out to Timo in the chat. But yeah, it's FGC Meetups is always a good time, and they always have some dope ass over.
For sure. And we saw Nomar winning 404. Arion winning Jacksonville's Frame Kill Friday. Pretty crazy that Jacksonville is pretty consistently getting over 32 people at a local, and Jacksonville's not a really big city. Speaking of having not that big areas, we got to make sure that we glaze the homies, no matter how big, no matter how small their scenes are. I want to specifically bring out our Inca from the Heart Container, South Florida, Spirogen up in the Panhandle, and I think we had Reborn winning Juicy Game Night last week as well. What about y'all scenes?
Oh, you know, you got to shout out the homies. So let me shout out Texas real fast. We have Ricefield down there in Austin winning Saucy Saturday. Shout out to the Saucy Saturday guys. And if you've never seen their stream, it kills me. They have their overlay for their stream set up. If you look at the camera for the players, it says the Goon Cave on it or something like that. But the Goon camera is too much, bro. It takes me out every time. But yeah, shout out to Ricefield there. He goes way back with some of the homies up here in Dallas, Fort Worth. And then speaking of Dallas, Fort Worth, we're the homie Benny Buff winning Suplex. Congrats on his very first Suplex win. And then also shout out to Black Bro for winning the Post Oak Fight Club on Wednesday.
And just as much as I see all the homies out there, once again, the mayor going Fight Night in Schaumburg, right? Not too far from the Combo Breaker venue, but Unfortunate. I believe that was the last one they hosted. So the mayor once again showing out there. Also shouting out my local Big Rippers Inc. Mateo. If y'all don't know that name by now, then you better start learning today. We had an insane bracket last week. All the Wisconsin homies done showed out. Unfortunate it wasn't on stream though. So I'm gonna try and get them to run it back this week. And a scene that I'm always watching is over there in Las Vegas, Fight Night. Pace taking that weekly once again. Did it right before the Fight Night in Vegas, taking Fight Night over there. So shout outs to that homie Chase. Hey, been watching him, been getting so much better. Keep it up.
Yeah, for sure. Going back to back is no easy feat, especially when you have people like Way Gamble, especially like you have Fear and SVL out in that scene. Pretty gigantic. We also had Kava Combat won by Horns' Bad GG. We had Brocco Man from the Palm Bay scene in 3-2-1 fight, and of course Pastel Tommy winning North California's Tech City Tekken, as he is apt to do. Anything else you guys want to spotlight here before we go back to our final highlight of the week?
Oh yeah, let me chime in really fast. One more shout out for the other page. So sorry, on Smoke Sessions, we had King Serverbot, the Kumet Panda player, win that one. Shout out to him, and shout out to Morty for hosting that online tournament. He's based out of Texas as well. But also special shout out to Raylo. We just love seeing a combo specialist like himself just doing work whenever we can. A shout out to Raylo. And now let me piggyback off of what you mentioned about Hornets Bad GG. That guy is good, not only in Tekken, but also good in KOF too. So shout out to him for real. Keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, he's built different.
Yeah,
100%. My bad, man. I had to go on to the highlight. I had my fingers itching too heavy for it. Peeling, getting gripped up by just Sandy from the Jaguar step. This was my pick of the week for highlight of the week from TNS, and hell, all of the brackets right here. Just the straight up reads that just Sandy had this week. 100% earned him this spot for #1 clip of the week, and that is your Wall Splat weekly report. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all felt caught up with your scene. And guys, remember, support your locals any way that you can.